Hey, what is up, guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. Today we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. I've got some very astonishing UFO footage to show you, as well as, and I'm sure many of you have heard of this, the claims by the hacking group Anonymous earlier in the week that NASA was about to announce evidence of alien life. But we'll get to that here in just a second. First, I want to start off with a very anomalous set of photographs that were recently posted to Facebook that depict what can be only described as a large diamond-shaped object hovering up in the clouds next to what appeared to the shooter of the photo as a tornado. And you're seeing that Facebook post here, posted by Mr. Garcia Dorez, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. The caption reads, "This is a real picture taken on Route 28 South. I have never seen a cloud shaped like a diamond. Observe the tornado next to the diamond-shaped cloud. Then observe the second pic after the cloud itself spawned a high-up tornado." And so these were posted on June 25th and was captured in the skies over Virginia. And so from what I can gather, the original poster first noticed what appeared to him to look almost like a miniature tornado appearing or forming high up in the clouds. And that's when he started taking photos, thinking that it was just some sort of ordinary weather event. And that's when he captured something other than this tornado-shaped cloud, a distinct diamond shape. I mean, it's unmistakable. And then the second photograph here, taken after the diamond-shaped object, presumably has moved up into the clouds, and we see what is left of this, what appears to be the beginning of a tornado. So, very, very strange. And, you know, this brings up a lot of memories of me talking about these diamond-shaped UFOs that have been seen all over the world. It brings to mind the Cash Landrum incident, which if you guys don't remember, and I've done videos on this, and I'll post a link to it down below so you can check it out if you're new to the channel. But the Cash Landrum incident is one of the most well-known and unsolved UFO cases ever reported, where on the evening of December 29th, 1980, Betty Cash and Vicki Landrum and Colby Landrum, who was Vicki's 7-year-old grandson, were driving home to Dayton, Texas. And as they're driving through these winding dark roads, they begin to see a light descending upon them. And it looks literally like a giant floating diamond, glowing, radiating heat. So much heat, in fact, that it begins to heat the metal on their car and causes their dashboard to begin melting. Now, one of the women got out of the car in awe of what she was seeing and was hit so hard by the radiation and heat coming off of this thing that later on she had burns on her skin, which have been well documented. She was later taken to the hospital, the emergency room, with these burns, and she was losing hair. And it was found at the hospital, and I'll quote the doctor here. He said, quote, "We have strong evidence that these patients have suffered secondary damage to ionizing radiation, and that it is also possible that there was an infrared component as well." Now, these two women were later interviewed at length by the military, and there was a ton of media coverage, but you guys get the idea. Look it up. Cash Landrum incident, major sighting, diamond-shaped UFO. Another sighting, if you guys remember, we posted a video about where a pilot friend of mine who had contacted me last year with a piece of footage from his own plane and who was subsequently forced to shut down his YouTube channel and completely end all contact with me after his employers at the airline found out what he had been doing. We did a video on that as well in the footage he sent in after he captured, once again, out the window of his plane, a glowing diamond-shaped UFO. And well, I'll play you a small clip of that video I posted last year, so check this out. 30 years later. And in that video, I spoke about this amazing footage here, and I also linked it to one of the most famous UFO incidents ever to occur, and that, of course, is the Cash Landrum incident that occurred around 30 years ago. And I'll post a link to that video down in the video description. But the video that you're seeing here, which was the first piece of footage that Steve sent to me, featured this very anomalous diamond UFO that was seen flying outside of the window. Definitely was not a plane, was not showing up on radar, and it was just a phenomenal piece of UFO footage. And as I spoke to Steve, he was a very thorough, a very concise, and honorable gentleman. He really was. And, he even wanted to go one step further to prove to me that he truly did work in the aviation industry. So in one of his emails, he sent to me this photograph you're seeing here. And if you guys remember, I posted this last year when he sent it over. But just to prove, that he was the real deal, he printed out my logo on a piece of paper, and then he taped it to the side of one of these jets, which I thought was pretty awesome. And I remember making the joke that Secure Team had now gotten into the airline business. And as I'm looking at the email that he sent me with this photograph, he stated in it that he wanted to stay anonymous, and for the fact that he just basically said, I have to stay anonymous to avoid ridicule. And I'm reading from his email here, I have to stay anonymous to avoid ridicule and possible loss of my job. The UFO subject has destroyed a lot of careers in aviation. So back to these photographs here. We've seen these all over. It's been a while since we've captured one of these diamond-shaped craft, structures, whatever you want to call them. They're up there. They've been seen. No idea what they are. But one thing's for sure, something strange was happening in the skies over Virginia recently. So if you guys saw this or have any info, do let me know, all right? So next, I'm sure many of you have heard about this story, but the hacking group Anonymous, earlier in the week, posted a video to one of their YouTube channels that was entitled, Anonymous Believes NASA is Poised to Announce Discovery of Aliens. And during the 12-minute video, it cites multiple instances where NASA scientists, including that of a man by the name of Professor Thomas Zurbuchen, discuss the recent detection on the icy moons of Europa and Enceladus of possible underwater life, the discovery of all of these Earth-like planets out in space, and basically that NASA has in its possession concrete proof that aliens exist. Not only that, but that they are going to release it very soon. Now, I'll go ahead and let you guys watch the video, make of it what you will. I'm not really into the whole anonymous thing. I think a lot of their videos, or at least some of the people who claim to represent them, are just clickbait stuff. And until I see any real evidence, I do not foresee in the near future NASA ever revealing the truth about the alien phenomenon. Now, I have no doubt that they have evidence and that they have proof that aliens are visiting us and other planets, but they're not going to tell us. And NASA itself actually just responded to the claims by Anonymous, where Professor Zurbuchen came out himself stating, quote, contrary to some reports, there's no pending announcement from NASA regarding extraterrestrial life. He finished by saying, quote, are we alone in the universe? While we do not know yet, we have missions moving forward that may help answer that fundamental question. And so, once again, I'm not debating that NASA knows about aliens, okay? This professor here is obviously either lying or he's not in the know, and the information is way above his pay grade. But we have no evidence yet that Anonymous has any sort of hacked documents or anything like that that would indicate NASA is going to release evidence of alien life. So I've been getting a ton of emails about this story, thought I'd touch on it briefly and give you my 2 cents. And as always, you can bet that if there's ever any concrete information, that it will be featured here on the channel. So if you don't see it on Secure Team, there's probably nothing to it. Alright, so that is all for today, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Let me know what you think about this amazing UFO footage. And if you have your own, be sure to send it in. So have a great rest of your night, guys. Stay tuned. I've got much more coming, and I'll see you all back in just a bit.